What is up, guys? How is everybody doing? Today here I'm making another video on the Sea-Doo GTI 720. Since it's an old jet ski, this is a 2004, of course we're gonna have some problems. Now the problem I'm having is electrical. As we all know, electrical problems are always a pain, and as you can see I had to take my steering wheel apart here so I could redo the wiring on the starter button and on the emergency shut-off button. This jet ski here does not have a desk post. It's a mechanical emergency shut-off button. As you can see, the engine's in place, but a lot of the parts for the carburetor are not. I took those out so I could have more room while I'm trying to mess with it. So again, the problem this time was on the electricals. I was trying to start the jet ski and it would simply not crank over. Then I started taking it apart. I changed the 5-pin relay. My 5-pin relay had gone bad. Then after that I started messing with all the wiring here. I found some broken wires while I was messing with it. I fixed it, but unfortunately I didn't think it was going to be video worth it at the time and I didn't record it. But the purpose of this video here is going to be for me to show you how to diagnose and swap a starter solenoid, or as some people would call it, a starter relay. So, how can we check if our starter solenoid is actually good? All you're gonna need for this is a multimeter. So, my solenoid is already good. I already installed the new one. But we need two people to be able to test it while the solenoid is in place. But since I don't have an extra person here to show you how to do the tests, all I'm going to do is explain how to test it without being able to actually demonstrate. So here on the bottom we have the power input on the solenoid, and on the top we have the output that goes to the starter motor. And over here is the energizing plug that closes the circuit between the two leads on the solenoid. So for you to be able to test if your starter solenoid is actually good, you're going to get a multimeter. You're going to need a multimeter that has the continuity function, which is the one I'm showing here on the video. So what happens on this mode is whenever you close the circuit or whenever the wire is the same, it will beep. Let me show you. Here, as you can see, I'm closing the circuit, so I'm touching both of the leads of the two wires and it's beeping. If you don't have the continuity mode on your multimeter, what you're gonna be able to do is use the voltage meter on your multimeter to be able to tell if your relay is actually working. So let's go. If you're gonna use the continuity mode in your multimeter, one person's gonna have to put one of the leads on the bottom and one of the leads on the top of the relay. So in other words, each of the leads in each of the screws of the relay, and the second person is gonna press on the start button. If it closes the loop, if the multimeter beeps, it means that your starter relay is actually good. So if you don't have the continuity mode in your multimeter, what you're gonna have to do is put your positive lead on the top screw here on the relay and your negative lead on your negative terminal on the battery. And whenever you press the start button, you're gonna have to read on your multimeter 12 volts. Alright, those are two of the tests. Now let's say that neither of the tests showed anything, none of them worked. What you're gonna have to do is unplug this connection right here. And then with the connection unplugged, you're going to put the leads inside of the holes of the connection. And with the multimeter set to volts, you're going to press on the starter button and you're going to have to read 12 volts on the multimeter. 12 volts, which is the voltage of your battery, so make sure your battery is charged and good. Reading 12 volts, you're going to know that the problem is in your starter relay or solenoid. Not reading 12 volts, well, that shows you that the problem was somewhere else. It doesn't mean that there is not a problem on your starter solenoid, but it means that there is for sure a problem somewhere else. Because if you're not getting any kind of current on that plug, it will not be able to activate your solenoid. Alright, if this video helped, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.